There's existing building code and new building code. Existing building code was the basement built without any windows? Well, yeah. So I can't force you to put windows in the basement. I had a house, they decided to concrete over all the basement windows. I told the guy, you're gonna have to, open up these windows. He's like, well, why? He goes, it's not really effective. I said, you have to have operable windows in the basement. Well, it's not for egress. I said, it's not for egress, it's, you have to allow fresh air or some natural light to get into that basement. I said, was the house built with windows? He goes, well, yes. I said, well, that's existing building code, so you have to put it back to the original that it was. New, that's a whole different ball of wax. I can tell you this, if you guys decide to buy a house and you think you're gonna sneak in there and take out some cabinets and the countertop, I tell people, integrated building permit needs to be pulled if you're pulling out old and you're putting back in new. Let's say you remodel a kitchen, and back in the day, I guess the code was, 6 feet, within 6 feet of water, less than 6 feet of water, the receptacle had to be GFI protected, correct? Now, it's every 2 feet on the countertop. If you have an island or if you have a peninsula, there needs to be one at the very end of that peninsula. If you have an island, there needs to be one probably on either side of the peninsula if it's 2 feet long. So once you take out old and put in new, that's when you're gonna have to pull your permits. And with St. Louis County, we try to make it easy and tell people we do the integrated building permit. I don't know how Florissant or the other municipalities do it, but Florissant, integrated building permit. That means you're paying for one permit, your electrician and your plumber signs on to it. That way you're not getting charged $350 from the plumber, $400 from the electrician, and then now you gotta pull the integrated building permit. The only thing different with the integrated building permit is you gotta make sure you have the interconnected smoke detectors, the Bluetooth ones. So I try to tell people all the time, it's not, if you open up a wall, you're gonna have to pull a permit. Most definitely, plumbing or electrical. If you're taking out old, putting in new, and the new stuff is not going to meet new building code, because technically it's now falls under new building code, then you're gonna have to pull that integrated building permit, and it's just a lot easier, because you deal with one inspector across the board.
Back to the fire blocking question topic. What if you have